ball, a good start to the innings there for Brearley, bringing Grace onto strike. So Leverock comes in for the second ball, and Grace is easily just going to work that ball just to the left-hand side of mid-wicket and just jog through for an easy single, bringing Brearley back onto strike. Leverock getting through is over pretty quickly, and Brearley's rocked back and cut that behind square, and it's 4 runs, first 4 of the inning. And it looked for a moment as if there might be something in the offering there for Leverock, but it's just been chipped evidently back over Leverock's head, and they'll take an easy 2. It really moves on to 9. More of the same, quick running between the wickets, good communication between Grace calling through Brearley for that second run, for that ball just Andrew Ryder's throw, not able to cut that off in time, and it's another 2. Brearley moves on to 11, last ball of the over. Oh, and Leverock's gone up. Oh, he's out. Brearley has played all around a straight. We played for turn that just simply wasn't there, and Leverock has swooped in to strike with the last ball of the first over. A disaster there for the Beardy Bastards, and that's the fall of the first wicket with 12 runs on the board.
Yes, indeed. Mike Brearley gone for 11 off 5 with the 1-4 after 1 over. The Beardy Bastards 12 for 1 in reply to the Beardy Bastards 255.
Well, taking pace off the ball seems to be maybe the way to go. Although there was a lot of pace bowling in the first innings. I'm going to turn to the man to bowl, to W.G. Grace. It's going to be none other. This mess around at all. It's going to be W.G. Grace.
Oh yeah.
And he covers his spot.
On both, and we have Grace on Grace. Who's at the non-strikers then, by the way? Al,
The non-striker who will probably jingle up when he comes to face his first ball is going to be Moeen Ali.
We'll do it now.
Good now.
Move over, Amla. I like it too much. Move over, Amla. You're one hairy dish. I love unconditionally. It's Moeen Ali.
Limits Leo says specialist captain playing a specialist captain's role.
True enough, he did get a century in his last inning, so a bit disappointing there from Brearley, but it's fat W.G. Grace coming into bowl to thin W.G. Grace. And it's been punched away by thin W.G. Grace. Fat W.G. Grace not really troubling him at all with that ball, and he's driven that ball through cover point, and it's 4 runs.
I will say that W.G. Grace bowling to W.G. Grace is the game that W.G. Grace dreamed of.
It certainly is. And thin W.G. Grace is having the time of his life as he just rocks back gently in his crease, and he pulls this away. And it is high, and it is hard, and it is 20 rows deep in the crowd. 6 runs. With an almost identical delivery, thin Grace almost teasing fat Grace there, just dropping the ball short, and Ali is as quick as a jackrabbit, and he'll take strike, but Grace has moved on to 12. What a return by W.G. Grace. Umpire strikes back, has turned round and said that is not out for fat W.G. Grace, who seems bemused that anyone has ever said no to him in his life, but nevertheless, Ali remains. He avoided the golden duck. He turns around, and after a short run up, Grace comes in short of length outside off stump. Rank nonsense from Fat WG Grayson. Ali cuts that away for 4 runs.
One to come.
Last ball of the over. And Ali has driven that ball through the sort of extra cover region. Seems to, it's not going to quite get there. Good fielding there by Merv Hughes on the boundary, and he's sent that in. It's 3 runs. Ali will retain strike on 7, and WG Grace thin on 12.
Yeah, 7 of 3 and 12 of 4. 30 for 1, the Beardy Bastards after 2 overs. Need 226 more to win. Craig Nutley asked the question we are all asking: what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The fair question at any time, particularly these times.
Indeed. Well, I mean, you would have been great if you'd been supporting the How the Fuck. They played for England 11 back earlier in the tournament if you joined us. But what the fuck will do?
Indeed.
Right, well, it's going to be Dwayne Leverott to continue. Left arm round the wicket.
Mo and Ali will face.
Oh! How was that?
And he's bowled in.
Yes, he didn't even. I thought he did. Oh!
Not even offering a shot, Ali. A categoric, terrible choice. Why on earth would he have left that straight one alone? And Leverrock has bowled him. Disaster for the Beardy Bastards.
Why indeed, Moeen Ali, categorically and statistically the greatest hitter of spin bowling in modern T20 cricket over a very long period of time. Shouldering arms and bowled by Dwayne Leverrock, the demon non-turner, beloved of the likes of Runga Nehara. Moeen Ali gone for 7 off 4 with 1 4, 30 for 2 after 2.1 overs. And this brings another lusciously bearded, lusciously elegant batter to the middle.
It certainly does.
Mohammed. And we're back. And I'm joined by Empo, and I'm supposed to be joined by Andy, but he doesn't appear to be in the back room yet. So, Tone, if you're still there, you can jump on until Andy comes back. I don't know. Hello, Empo. How are you, mate? You're on mute. Bloody mute.
Oh, sorry about that. How are you guys doing?
We're good. England got pumped there for 333.
I think it might just be a little bit short.
Yeah, well, that's what Messi was saying. I mean, potentially this England side, yeah, should chase us down. The wicket doesn't look particularly bad. Scoreboard pressure is a funny thing. If you guys get a couple of early wickets, it'll certainly slow us down. If we get off to a start, yeah, it could seem like clearly not enough. Let's get some jingles in for the batsmen who are out there. This man.
Duckworth Lewis loves you. The clouds part for you.
Round the wicket to Roy, and he's supposed to back to him, there's no runs. We all know what his strategy is about. Roy can't play spinners at the top of the order when he's new. He's been trying a lot to him, and been quite successful, to be fair. See how it goes. On the back foot, he forces down out to cover. There is no run.
So I have to go with that feeling out over with a roll that spinner to see if conditions are suiting.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of turn. It's quite a slow wicket. That one doesn't do much. Don't go straight on. And Jason Roy has defended. That's a bowler. There's no run. He's had a pretty poor time of it so far. This ODI white ball series time. Jason Roy got 40 in the last game. But generally hadn't been very good before that. Flicks that one down to man short. 45 looks like Lungi and Geedy down there. There is no run.
It's also going to be quite interesting to see how this team plays without Kagiso Rabada. I think it's going to be quite important.
Well, yeah. I mean, I looked at the bowling attack and thought it's not too bad, actually. Maharaj is in again. Is driven by Roy. Can't beat cover, extra cover. There'll be no run. 1 ball left in the over. I mean, yeah, it looked like a reasonably decent bowling attack you got there. You got Nordkia and Geedy, that's played back to him. There's no run. Keshav and Tabrez Shamsi. Has anyone else bowled a few balls?
Aidan Markram's going to bowl because he's in the side as a 6th bowler. I'm being taken down by people on Twitter because I feel as though he hasn't done well with the bat throughout his career in ODIs. and so I wanted Calvarena to play, but we're not going to see him.
And just as we say that, Andy has arrived. I'll let him get into his spot.
And effectively, the debate was, no, Aiden's our sixth bowler. So an guy averages 27, scored 3 half centuries in ODI cricket. I think today might be his 4th. Is inside batting at 4 as the sixth bowler.
Well, always handy to have a sixth bowler. Right, from the other end, opening the bowling is this guy.
Domination's the name of the game. In cricket or life, they're both just the same. So look at the guy and turn the day. Let's play the Let's play the Lie it down for the
I'll do that ball, played up to mid on no run. But you're going to take over for me, Andy, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Is that okay?
Good. Yep. Oh, it's a no ball.
Oh, is it an oval? It is, and you're really thin. Where's your sound? Doesn't sound like it's coming out from your headphones.
Oh, I've got my new microphone. Is it shit?
Yeah, it sounds really thin.
Just bring him closer to your face.
You'll have to hold it like this.
There we go.
Is this actually better?
Well, it is, but it's an extraordinarily thin sounding microphone.
Oh, I guess it's just a pile of cheap crap then, probably.
Yeah, where'd you get it from, Amazon?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good, I have to say.
Okay, I might go back to my old one. Bairstow is on strike and gets rather tied up by that one. I guess that was a free hit, but it was a good ball by Ngidi. Yeah, is this any better?
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
How about now?
That's even worse. It's
okay, give me this line for and I'll see if I can go back to the old one. Ngidi is coming in. Getting slower and slower in his run up, which I'm sure is not him.
No, that's
actually
it's a slow ball.
That explains that. Yeah. I'm not super confident I'm going to get through this. My laptop's already crashed once today.
Has it?
And I tried to bring up my old... Yeah, I tried to bring up the old one, and it just said nope. It's like a turtle not coming out of its shell. Bairstow clips that one airily through the leg side, out to deep square leg. He'll get through for 1, but yeah, a little bit of risk in that one from Bairstow. And England, having played out the maiden for the first over, are 2 without loss. And Flo, what do you think of South Africa's target?
I was hoping to get to 350. I kind of felt that we slowed down a little bit in those middle overs, trying to consolidate. Great partnership though, but I feel as though this is like a pass score for any team in T20 in ODI cricket. You should be able to chase down 330, even on most conditions.
It's certainly in good conditions, which is what we seem to have here. And Ngidi comes in to Jason Roy. Full, clipped into the leg side, mid-wicket picks it up. South Africa hit no 6s in that innings. This is a huge ground, or did they really just not show that intent?
Clearly, they didn't show that intent. I don't think it's that huge. A couple got caught on the boundaries, but yeah, I did think that. They hit a lot of 4s.
The other thing is the type of cricket on top. Oh, look, I would have obviously expected Quinton and Yanaman to score a few more 6 and be more aggressive, but it's the type of cricket we've mostly played. But yeah, and that's my worry.
Yeah, Roy defends that one, dribbles into the offside, and there's no run. I do feel that if you bat most of the innings 2 down, they batted 46 overs, 2 down basically. You've got to be posting a winning total, or you just haven't used your resources.
Well, exactly that. I mean, that's why 350 should have been. I mean, I went over 322.5, and it looked like they were going to get 350. And in the end, they got it comfortably, but you'd have expected more from there. England certainly would have gone earlier, I think, and bigger probably.
Yeah.
Well, England just off some batting issues in the previous series. Roy could maybe have let that one go for a wide, but he clips it down to deep square leg instead and pick up a single. Maybe that's harsh. He might have flipped off his pad.
No, it's definitely off the bat.
Yeah.
No, I mean if he'd left it.
Oh, yeah,
he might have
yeah,
flicked off his pad and not been a wide. Yeah. No, I don't think he's padded the ball out to deep square
I was
leg.
going to say, that's good timing off the pad, or a very springy pad.
I know they have these bouncy pads. Yeah.
I used to have a pair of them. They used to be really springy. The ones with the square panels on the front.
Not ideal when you edge the ball onto them and it flies up to cover. Burns toe to face to the last ball of the over. And he defends as well. Back to the ball. If you want to do tweets and stuff, I'll see if I can switch my microphone.
Okay, I'm going to do some tweets. Paul Marshall is in back after tea. He says South Africa's run rate 6.66, perfect. Avi Satanas, we are doomed, he says. Jay Grover says Mint Empo, but Empo on mute. Such a thing is not possible. Yeah, well,
Technology.
he's there. I've let in. And Jay Grover says Andy buys cheap Amazon shit because he's lost all his money on crypto speculation. Dumbass. I don't think that's necessarily true. Oh, that sounds better.
Yeah, is that good?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, it's just this one is a leg has fallen off because it's a bunch of cheap shit from Amazon, but at least it works. Oh, here's something Maharaj is going to bowl. I guess he bowled the first over. I wasn't here. That one is played out to point and there's no run.
We needed a headset with one of these ones, you know.
Yeah, I used to have, and then the end fell off.
Ah.
We're picking up a seat here.
Yeah.
Right, just got to sit. That was it. And Besto plays it off to mid wicket. Yeah, left arm spinners to the two right-handers. Not a bad tactic to start, I think.
No, well, I mean, Roy is famously a little bit skittish against left armers first up, isn't he? I mean, didn't South Africa get him in the T20 World Cup, the first ball that they played against him?
Him and Tahir in the 50 over World Cup, but he swept that one away, swept it way over mid-wicket. That must be six. There you go. Took England 14 balls to do what South Africa couldn't do in 50 overs.
Well, there you go. Ooh, I meant to go over for the first wicket. I think this wicket is not easy to take wickets on. I mean, obviously, school ball pressure is a thing, but in terms of everything else, I think it's quite easy to stay there.
And into the leg side, that one goes a bit of an inside edge, but it worked out well because it's just gone out too deep square for a single. Yeah, and England's top order maybe with a bit of a point to prove after a disappointing series against India. They got that one win, but the top order really didn't fire in that series.
No, not at all.
And Bairstow comes on to strike, and I think he's facing up to Maharaj for the first time. Slip is in place. It's 10 for no wicket. Maharaj bounces in, forms a leg stump, and clips into that square leg gap again. Comfortable single.
The thing is, Maharaj needs to get looking to get a little bit of turn, get the ball to straighten a little bit to cause any problems. If it's just always arm balls, you're going to probably get the same punishment that he got from Jason Roy.
You would think so. That one's is flapped, I would say, away by Roy. It's almost a little helicopter cover drive. Very risky. Goes up to long off for a single. That's the end of the over. It's 12 for 0 after 3.
And no one else is in on tweets, I don't think. Oh, no, there's one. It's Jay, but then I was just refreshing it to see if there was anything there. Let's see on YouTube who's with us on YouTube. Jason Lankey's with us. Sri Lanka playing well. South Africa in full form. Good for cricket. Yeah, Sri Lanka, although Pakistan have come back and 3 down at the end of the day, needed about 100 and something. Maybe they can try a bit of baseball.
That's the thing.
They've got 2 days of cricket left.
Huh?
They've got 2 days of cricket left. There's no need for baseball.
Yeah, but you might as well get there as quick as possible.
Before you get out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a real ball.
Giddy again. And always has gone down to fine leg for 4.
It has indeed.
Gone down. Rather fortunate with the
Now you're going like you're underwater. The joys of technology. Are you there? I think you've crashed now. Are you there, Andy?
I think he's crashed.
I think he's crashed. That one's worked out.
Oh, he's in?
Yeah, no. I think he's crashed. Now you're on mute. But you're not on mute. I don't know what's going on. That's gone into the leg side. There's no run. It doesn't show you're on mute here, Andy, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. Someone can find Andy under the water, please let him know.
This heat. I'm surprised actually the studio has stood up so well.
You guys like complaining a lot, guys. It's man.
No. I don't mean. No, I'm doing all right. I mean, it's okay. It's just that the heat doesn't do the tech any good. The computers don't like heat at all. Guidi is coming in to Bairstow, just knocks it up to mid. Oh, wow. Now, that would have been close if that had hit. Big dive from Bairstow. It didn't hit. I'd like to have seen what had happened if it had. It's a backhanded throw. He wasn't even in the frame. That would have been clearly out.
Yeah, David Miller with the backhand throw off his right to that non-striker's end.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were saying earlier. I mean, you guys have 40 degrees. Everyone has 40 degrees. But, I mean, we're Northern Europe. We're not used to it. It's defended to the covers by Jason Roy, and there's no run. But there's plenty of places that are. And exactly that, they tell us to stop complaining. We don't have aircon, I suppose, is the one thing knocking about a lot of it anyway.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's true. Because the rest of the world has aircon for these moments.
Well, places that are hot, you have aircon, don't you? I mean, supposedly, I've never been to Dubai, but all I hear from people in Dubai is basically you don't go outside anyway. You just stay in air-conditioned fat hotels or, air-conditioned cab between places. That's defended square on the offside, and there's no run.
Well, ask Simon how long this heat wave is going to last. Hopefully it's not going to last too long.
Oh, no, it's going to change tomorrow. It's going to be back down to 25, 26 tomorrow, which is pleasant.
It's bearable.
Yeah, it's very bearable. That's nice here. That's a good temperature. Other people would say that's cold, but for us that's perfectly good.
Yes, I think for some people in Africa, 25 is like the middle winter.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been to. The latest I've been to Kenya, it got down to about 14 degrees, and it was fine for me. And everyone's going, it's fucking freezing, No, it's not.
I'd love a 14-degree day.
Well, there's Andy. That's defended up to mid-off, and there's no run. Are you in Joburg?
Yes, I am.
So what does that get to in the middle of winter?
Down to about the harshest days are about single digits, so probably might even get a -2.
Oh, right, okay, you can get down there. You're quite high up in Joburg, though, aren't you?
Yes, yeah. About 1,800 kilometers above sea level.
Kilometers? You'd be in space, mate.
Oh, meters, sorry, not kilometers. Yeah. Helps for the flight to the golf ball, but outside of that...
Yeah, well, big
or any ball for that matter.
Exactly. Big scores, they always say every time we play an ODI there. Well, it's up in there. At altitude, ball goes further. There's an appeal. That's going down leg side. There's no turn as Maharaj starts you over at Bairstow.
A little bit of quiet practice for the South Africans.
Yeah. Pointless, though.
I still can't believe that we didn't score 16 at 333.
Sorry? That's defended up to mid-off and there's no run. You're... Say that again?
No, I can't believe that we couldn't score a single 6 in that 3-3.
It's true. I hadn't thought of it like that, but it was true. I don't think I played the 6 jingle once. That is played up to mid-off. Bairstow will get another single. As England move on to 19 for none in the 5th over. It's 3-3-4. GPL, if England win, no one wins the GPL. England would have to fall 20 runs short for the Messengers to get a win on 613, 30 runs short, get him a win on 30 40 runs short.
Is it closed?
Yeah, it's closed. Closes after an hour and 15, so about 16, 17 overs. Maharaj is in, and it's worked out to the leg side by Jason Roy. Goes to wide mid on, and it is one run.
I must say this is anticlimactic for a South African who's expecting England to go very crazy early on in the innings.
Well, no, I think that's partly why they brought on Maharaj, isn't it? Because it's kind of stopped England from doing that, unless they really want to go at him. I don't think they will necessarily. Most batsmen like pace on the ball with the new balls. That's played up to mid-off again for no run. However, it does give them a chance to face the balls, get the pace of the wicket. When the quicker boys come on, they might go reasonably quickly. Bairstow chops that into the leg side, out towards deep mid-wicket. Will just be the one run.
Yeah, I think the other thing